Hello, this is Shar from the Real Kitchen for Real People, and I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe and healthy. Today we're going to feature chicken noodle soup, homemade chicken noodle soup, good for the soul. I had a request to make this, so I'm going to make it for you, and I want you to cook along with me. First, I have 5 chicken thighs. And I like to say this on your chicken. When you're using chicken, or for that matter, any meat, be sure to wash your meat very well. And what I was always taught with chicken, I always, from my dad, says, run you a water in a bowl or inside in your sink, fill it up with cold water. Add 2 tablespoons of Morton salt and let your meat soak there for about 45 minutes. So that's what I've done with these chicken thighs, and boy were they dirty. But chicken thighs are real fatty anyway, but they sure do throw off the flavor, especially for chicken noodle soup. So what I do is I take the skin off. If I'm going to do 5, I always do like half. Only leave 2 with the skin on it because I don't like it real greasy. And it's important though to keep the skin on some of them because that is what throws off your flavor. That enhances the flavor of the chicken noodle soup. So I just kept the skin on these 2 and then left took the skin off of these other 3. So what I'm going to do is since I've already washed these, I'm going to put these in my pot, my Dutch oven pot. I filled it up halfway with water, and then I'm going to add a cup of chicken broth to the water and 1 chicken bouillon cube. So that's what I'm going to add to the water right now, and I'm going to cook that for an hour. I'm going to put in 1 cup of chicken broth. Okay, 1 cup of chicken broth. And then 1 cube of my chicken bouillon flavoring cube. So we're going to get started here. I'm going to put it in the pot. Okay, here's my pot. I'm going to turn it on medium heat. Medium to low because you don't want to cook it fast. I'm going to toss in my bouillon cube, and I'm going to pour in a cup of the chicken broth into that water. And like I said, this was a request by one of my subscribers, and they said I hadn't made it on the channel. I hadn't got to make it, but she was requesting that I put it on the channel because she loved it so much. She kept saying, oh, this is so good. So I hope you enjoy it as much as she has. So I've added my bouillon cube and I've added my chicken broth. Now I'm going to add my chicken thighs to the water. And like I said, I have 5, 3 without the skin, and they have been washed thoroughly. And when I'm dealing with chicken or fish, I like to put on my gloves because I don't like the way that feels. So, okay, so that's the chicken, and we're gonna, when it's raw, I just don't like cooking. So we're gonna have this slow cook on medium low for about an hour, and then we'll come back and add, after that hour is when I add my other ingredients. I'll add my celery, my carrots, and my onions, and my bay leaves, and I'll add that after this has cooked an hour, because I don't want all my vegetables just cooked to death. So I usually add those after an hour, after the chicken is somewhat done. It won't be all the way done, but it'll be pretty close. So we'll let this cook and I'll be back. Okay, now that my chicken has been cooking for an hour, you can see that it's slightly done, not all the way, but it is where I want it to be. Okay, and now I'm going to add my vegetables. First I want to add 2 bay leaves. Add that to it. 2 bay leaves. Then I want to add about a tablespoon of butter. That enhances the flavor. I'm going to put that in there. A tablespoon of butter into the water. To the broth, chicken broth. And then I'm going to add my vegetables. And what I have here is a chopped onion, whole chopped onion, and about 4 stalks of celery chopped, and a medium potato chopped in little cubes. So I'm going to add that to the water, to the chicken broth. So I'm just going to add all of that in there. And turn the fire up to medium. Make sure you get all those goodies in there. Stir that around in there. And then what I'll do is cook this for about 45 more minutes. Also, I put I would say probably about a half a cup of mixed vegetables, frozen. About a half a cup of frozen mixed vegetables, because you don't want too many of it, too much to take up all your broth. So I'll take about a half a cup, of mixed vegetables, and I'm gonna dump that in. These are the frozen kind. If you could have the can, that's okay. Let me see how that looks. I'm gonna add a little more, so I would say 3/4 cup. Yeah. Okay. A lot of times I cook by sight, so it's hard. I don't really measure a whole bunch of stuff when I'm cooking. It's just based on how I think it would taste. And that's what you do. You go by your taste, own taste buds. Okay. Also, I'm going to add in here a little pepper, probably about 2 teaspoons of pepper, and a little kosher salt, probably a teaspoon of kosher salt. Okay, so I got my vegetables in here. Like I said, I have 4 stalks of chopped celery, a whole chopped onion, and a medium-sized potato chopped, and 3/4 cup of mixed vegetables. Now I'm going to scoop in that's about a 1/4 cup of cream of chicken. So That's gonna go in there, and you're gonna stir that up in there. And then you're gonna let that cook. I'm gonna cover it up and let that cook for 45 minutes. Okay, now that this is cooked for 45 minutes, I'm gonna add my egg noodles. And these are the noodles that I use, the Amish Kitchen White Egg Noodles. These are they just taste so good. And you may be able to find them in your grocery store near you. This is the kind of noodles I use in my chicken noodle soup. So I'm going to add about roughly probably a cup. I'm going by feel. Because you do not want to overload your soup with noodles, because the noodles will suck or soak all your liquids out of there. So you just kind of, I think it's about a cup. I think that's good. I think that may be enough. I might add a few more. Not too many. Not that much more. And these noodles are so good. It makes a big difference in your soup. They're not as starchy as the other noodles. So then I turn my fire down low, and then I'm going to let that simmer for probably an hour. And I'll be back to plate it. Okay, this is what your chicken noodle soup will look like right before you serve it. You see your noodles in there, your chicken. Now, right before I serve it, I take out the skin that I had on the chicken. I took that out because I don't want to leave that in there. So I'm finished with that part. And now I'm fixing to plate it. But I wanted you to see what it looked like before I put it in the bowl. Okay, that's what it looks like. It looks delicious. I'm gonna have my official taster taste it to see if I need to add any salt or pepper. And you can add it to yours, whatever you think it needs. But this is how it looks. It's beautiful and it's delicious. So we'll see what he says here. Okay, my official taster is getting ready to taste it. He added black pepper to his already. Hot. See, it's kind of hot, so you can't really get the gist of it yet. What does it need?
It needs to be it.
So is that mean 1 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up?
Including my toes, 4 thumbs up.
Oh my. Okay. As you can see, he's liking it. And it is delicious. It's a delicious soup. And you can eat it with, have it with crackers or soup crackers or cornbread. But I'm making homemade biscuits to go with mine. I think he'd rather have the crackers, but I'm going to eat homemade biscuits with mine. And the biscuit recipe is down below on my biscuit uh, video. So it'll show you how to make homemade biscuits. But it's also, you can kind of eat it like a chicken pot pie, because I'll put my biscuit at the bottom of the bowl and then spoon my chicken noodle soup over top. But that's the way I have it. And as you know, whatever we cook, we gonna eat it. And as you can see, he's eating it. So if you like this video, give me thumbs up and let me know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so you can get these delicious recipes automatically sent to you. So without further ado, getting ready to eat and have a good day. Love, love. Okay, here it is. Getting ready to go down and chow down. And you can see my biscuits over here. That's what I'm going to have with mine. And it looks fabulous. And also I wanted to remind you of my family story cookbook that's available on Amazon. And I also have a keepsake recipe notebook where you can store all your favorite recipes that are handed down to you. You can document them in one book and then save it for the next generation. So this is the masterpiece for this evening, and we're going to enjoy it. So until next time, love, love, and be safe.